Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name's Todd Prafke. It's the first week of October, and this State of the City is going to answer two of the highest voted questions that came across as a survey that was just done a little bit ago. So here's number one. The city goes about really working on those types of things and making priorities for that, really focusing through the Park and Recreation Board. And so that board meets once a month, and so if you're interested in serving, please call my office and let me know. We'd be happy. I can't tell you off the top of my head today whether there's openings or not, but generally there are openings every year, 1 or 2 openings, and so then you get to help decide that. So there's a master plan that you can see online, and again, Park and Recreation Advisory Board are the folks that construct that plan and prioritize. I will also tell you, frankly, sometimes there are capital improvements that kind of sort of get to jump the line. And how that works is that if there's an association or a group that gets together and they can also bring money to that capital improvement, then oftentimes that board and the city council will say, that is great, and we have a little bit of money that we've planned for capital purchases. Let's marry those dollars together and get that done a little bit earlier. So, how does it work? Ideas, hopes, wishes, capital improvements all cycle through that Park and Recreation Advisory Board, making a recommendation to the City Council to make those kind of capital improvements, which could be new swing set, new slide, new softball field, new pickleball court, whatever it might be. So that's how it works. That is such a big question. So let me give you 4 or 5 things that we look at. Certainly one of the things that we do on every 10-year basis is that the city develops a comprehensive plan. And you can find that comprehensive plan, the one that's currently in place, that was actually done in 2016. You can find that on our website. Now that cycles through a number of different organizations within the community, including planning and zoning and the city council. That plan is kind of like the 10,000-foot blueprint for how development is going to occur. Maybe even just as accurately, what's allowed where. Would we allow a rendering plant in downtown St. Peter? No, we wouldn't. And so how we plan for development of land within St. Peter is really through that process. We use that as the kind of base map and then evaluate as development comes our way. Now, if the question is really focused on how does development occur, how it occurs generally is in 2 primary processes within St. Peter. We have folks that buy land and then come to the city and say they want to subdivide that and they want to start to build houses on that. We review that against the comprehensive plan and all the land use rules that we have, and then they are provided approval through planning and zoning and through the city council. And in St. Peter, sometimes the city acts as a developer. So the city owns land, and we go essentially through that same process, which is that we look at the land, what does the comprehensive plan say about its future use, we subdivide it, do all those things, and work to see it developed. Development to me means that buildings are built, roads are built, water lines are built, sewer lines are built, all of those kind of things are put together. So that's kind of the basic process. If you want to know more specifics about that, please feel free to give me or Ben Baker, the Community Development Director, a call, and we'll be happy to explain kind of all the nuances of that. It's kind of a detailed thing because dividing of land and future development has lots of implications, but it's not that terribly hard for folks. And again, if you have any other questions, please let us know. Traverse Green is a neighborhood that the city developed. It's the 3rd neighborhood that we developed, and so it encompasses a couple of different things, but what we really want to plug today is that we've now completed Cullen Street. So that means there are right-priced lots available for folks to build houses on, and those lots are anywhere from about 10,000 square feet to about 16,000 square feet. So we'd love it if you're in the market to buy a house or build a house or buy a lot and build your own house on. We can certainly help you get started at a really, really fair price. The person to talk to is Ben Baker in Community Development, and he'd be happy to help you out. You can also check out our website where we have some information and some mapping, or go out there. It's located just off Traverse Road on the brand new Cullen Street. Thanks again for clicking on State of the City. This has been Todd Prafke. Whether you're catching us on Facebook, on our website, or Insta, or anything else, I'm not doing TikToks yet, but anything else, we hope that it's worthwhile information for you. Thanks for clicking on State of the City.